Like cheese whiz. It's the Giz Fiz. And now your host, mathematics writer and the Giz Whiz, Dick DeBartolo.
Hello, chat room. Good to see everybody. I was freaking out earlier. I could not get into the chat room. Did anybody else have any trouble? Oh, I kept saying, just kept saying, you are banned. You must have done something bad for about 20 minutes. And then I figured, well, I'll reboot the computer. And that did it. Wow, standing ovation. Thank you, Becky. Yeah, I know, Bill. I have no idea what I did. Anyway, in case, there's probably none left, but in case you did not see Giz Fiz on Thursday, Home Depot, and I got one email from someone who did get in on the deal. If you remembered app lights from that I did on GizWiz and on ABC News, app lights are great. It's 24 lights, comes with a Bluetooth app, and you put them on the Christmas tree, and then you go to the app and you pick the colors you want, and usually red, or just hit Christmas and it'll do red and green, and then pick how you want them. You want them fading in and out. You want them blinking. You want them steady. But the great thing is you just leave them up, and then 4th of July, you hit 4th of July, and they do red, white, and blue. And they come in traditional sets of this. I think they're called C9 bulbs or icicles or a projector. And I forgot what the fourth innovation of them was. Anyway, the deal is they were $60. They're not online anymore, but they're being closed out at Home Depot for $15. And I only got one email from someone that said, I grabbed a pair for $15, and then I ran around to 3 more Home Depots to try and get more, but I couldn't. So if you have an out-of-the-way Home Depot by you, they're worth getting because you just put them up, and they're good for any holiday. Halloween, they light up orange and purple. Yeah, they also have a projector. They do. Oh, thank you, Scooter X. Yeah, they have them as a projector, as something called a kaleidoscope. It's one of the things where it supposedly like shines on your whole house. And then they have the C8 bulbs, which are the big clunky bulbs that I like. And they look great on the tree. The tree in the backyard is still got enough life in it that I didn't like red green anymore. So I just hit antique white. And they look great. Anyway, and I think I told you that sometimes after the show, I run back through the chat because Creamy Corn Cob says, don't go to Walmart. They may be shuttered. I read that it's mainly going to be the Walmart Expresses that are closing. Here in the tri-state area, there's just one that's going to close, and it's a store somewhere up in Connecticut. So we're safe here. We have a big one on 34th Street. App lights, Web 5396. Just look for app. There you go, AP app lights. Wow, the Oakland, California store is shutting tomorrow? Wow. And Slow-Mo, was that a regular Walmart or a Walmart Express? Anyway, I was starting to say I often go back through the chat because you guys say funny things or ask questions that I don't see. And someone said, how was Circus? You want to know something? That would be my second place to stay. I love the Hilton Vacation Club because it's very close to the convention center. For CES, there are 170,000 people this past year. And CES has buses, shuttle buses everywhere. But it's easier to walk it because the lines everywhere are. But the Hilton that I like was $450 a night, a 4-night minimum, 12.5% taxes. So it would have been $2,000. And next door to the Hilton is the Westgate, which I hated. I stayed there for the hardware show. The Westgate is the stupid. The room is okay. It has a bed, 2 nightstands, and a dresser drawers. No place to set up a computer. No place to sit and eat a sandwich or something. It was the stupidest room I ever stayed in. And so the next nearest place I could walk to was Circus Circus. And yes, Peep Team said you could get a rental apartment for less than that. So Circus Circus, the total bill was $320 for 2 nights. I only wanted to go for 2 nights this time. And by taking the red eye, you sort of save a night of hotel room because you can stay to the show till it closes, fly out at 10:30, and you're home in the morning at 7:30, and you save a night in the hotel. So that's what I did. But the room was fine. If you do stay at Circus Circus, stay in one of the towers. I think I was in Tower West, and the towers they were built in 2010, so they're only 6 years old. And they had a table that you could sit at and have snacks, and they had a very nice desk for my computer. You can walk to the convention center, so it's pretty neat. Most Walmarts closing are within 6 miles. Oh, okay, Scooter X. You guys are just a font of information. Scooter X says most Walmarts that are closing are within 6 miles of another Walmart. So if they ever have that with Starbucks, it would be all Starbucks that are within 60 feet of another Starbucks. They'll close those first. I don't know. Is it where you live too? There's a Starbucks. There's 3 Starbucks within 2 blocks of Mad Magazine. Regatta said, I used to go to Comdex. I stayed at Circus Circus. Favorite buffet. I didn't even get to a buffet. The great thing is there are 2 mega events at CES. Showstoppers and Pepcom. And each one of them has great food. So I don't know if you saw, Padre and I did a special from each of the 2 events. Mostly Padre, but anything weird I found I would do. And they're at twit.tv. If you just click on specials, you can look for the Pepcom special and the Walmart special. 4 Sam's Clubs are closing. Well, I guess it is the buying stuff online is just really killing stores. I imagine Best Buy must have a lot of trouble. Although I did buy my Vizio TV at Best Buy. I would not buy, even though it was like $50 cheaper online, my Vizio 4K. I don't want to get a TV set and then found they broke it or it doesn't work right, and then you have to pack it up and ship it back. It's easier to someplace where you can just return it. I have a Best Buy like 10 blocks from here. Thanks, Creamy Corn. Yes, we did do it live. And then they made it into a special. Oh, and the great thing about Best Buy, I had this old Olivia TV. Even though it was a flat screen, it weighed a ton. Well, in New York City, you cannot throw out electronics. Does anybody else have that rule in their city? You cannot throw out electronics in New York City. And then there was a big uproar about it. And so after 6 months of people complaining, the city set up a special drop off your electronics here. at a convenient location. Okay. The convenient location is one place in each borough where I think it's Saturday once a month where you can drop it off. And the convenient one in Manhattan is like under the Verrazano, under the Brooklyn Bridge on the Manhattan side at 4 a.m. It's ridiculous. But anyway, so I'm typing in online, how do you get rid of a TV set in New York City? And it turns out Best Buy. So a friend of mine, I asked him, I said, if you're ever driving around the city in your car, could you help me and let me drop off a TV? And so we walk in with this big thing. It's so heavy, we had to put it on a dolly. And I walk in the door thinking, how many forms do I fill out? And I go, and then they just see me rolling this thing in and they go, recycling? I go, yeah. They go, just take the escalator at the bottom of the steps, give it to customer service, get to the bottom of the steps. Hey, is that for recycling? Yeah. Just put it on the floor. Thank you. So it was totally painless. And Staples takes small electronics. So I got rid of my DVD player at Staples, which is only a block and a half from here. Best Buy with an escalator. I think, did you buy my TV, Web We Weave? Or did you buy the Vizio? I bought the smallest 4K that they make is 39-inch. I know everybody laughs, but 39-inch for my apartment looks big. Staples, yeah, they probably do. Staples, just leave them on the floor in Staples. They'll sweep them up. Best Buy in Fenway closed. Wow. Our local garbage will take e-waste. Oh, if you make an appointment. Okay. Gamma B Recycling. No, this is my personal portable monitor. We have a place that takes paint, batteries, and electronics. That's nice, Rufus. Well, Best Buy here in the city, only small electronics and computers, no TVs. I took a CRT, a big TV, to a recycling center. There were hundreds of TVs in the stack. Yeah, no. I could use it as an old anchor, but think of the poor Hudson River. Matron 3000 also has a 39-inch 4K. Okay, we'll do. Oh, and my favorite gadget from CES. Hang on a second. Let me look over my shoulder. And I don't know where I put it. But if you were listening to the radio today, the kangaroo. Oh, hey, Alice, could you go to gizwiz.biz and bring up the picture of the kangaroo? Gizwiz.biz, click on the tech guy. And the kangaroo is a Windows 10 computer the size of a smartphone. There it is. It's the size of a smartphone, comes with that little dock, turns any screen that has HDMI into a Windows 10 computer. It looks spectacular on my Vizio 4K monitor. There's two USB ports, a 2.0 and a 3.0 for your keyboard and a mouse. There's a fingerprint reader, and it's $99. So that is really neat. I mean, it's not, let me see. It's the Atom 10. It's the new Atom. What is the new Atom? The X5, I think. The 5th generation Atom chip. But it really is great. Okay, now, anybody hanging around, Alex, who wants to be chat room celebrity of the week?
Everybody left! We're all gone! Bye!
Is that Leo?
This is a recording!
Wow. Wow. All right, so you're alone there then? There are no. Oh, anybody in the chat room want to be chat room celebrity of the week?
Yeah, it's kind of dead in here right now.
Okay, it's dead in there. Does the Gadget Warehouse recycle? The Gadget Warehouse is the way for me to recycle. Oh my gosh. Do you remember when we paid 29 in 19 someone could do me a favor. Just look up Mad Magazine on 60 Minutes. I think it was 1988, but I'm not sure. When Mad came out with the Mad Magazine game, which I know some of you have posted in the chat room that you had the Mad Magazine game. It was a very funny game. Warner Brothers, Parker Brothers came to Mad and said, we want to do a Mad game. And Bill said, Mad is very interested, but we don't want you to take a game you already have that's not selling and then stick Mad's name on it and say, this is the Mad Magazine game. He said, if you can come up with something that is Mad Magazine-like, we're very interested. So I don't know how many months or year it was that Parker Brothers came back and said, okay, we have a game, the Mad game, that is a satire on Monopoly. And it's very funny. The Mad game is the person who can go bankrupt first wins. And you're so used to playing regular Monopoly that if you pick up like Community Chest, it says win $5,000. That's a very bad thing in the Mad game because now you have another $5,000 you have to get rid of. So anyway, when the game came out, Parker Brothers wanted to do a media tour where someone goes around the country to different TV shows. And Bill said, I got the perfect job for you. Do you want to do the media tour for the Mad game? And I said, oh, yeah. So the guy who went with me from the PR agency after several years went over to work for 60 Minutes. And I said, oh, Roy, you got to get Mad. You have to get Bill Gaines on 60 Minutes. And he said, well, we need a hook. It has to be tied to something of note about Mad. And I pursued making up with a million hooks for Mad. But then it was finally Mad's 35th anniversary. And I emailed Roy. I said, 35 years, no ads. So he bounced it off the people over there, and they said, oh, okay, we'll do that. And so Mad was on 60 Minutes, and it did very well. As a matter of fact, we taped it in April, and I got it. Roy said, they like it so much, it's going to be the fall premiere. They told that to Bill, and then Bill told that to me, and he says, what do you think that means? And I said, it either means they really like it so much, it's going to be the fall premiere, or they hate it so much that they figure in 6 months, we will have forgotten. It was supposed to be the fall premiere. That was just called the Mad Magazine game. And they did use it as the fall premiere of that year. And Bill got, like a lot, like 30 or 40,000 subscriptions. 60 Minutes has a big pull. And back then it was really a big pull. So he said to me, this is the best thing that ever happened to Mad. And you got it together. What do you want? I said, a new boat. And he said, how much is a new boat? And I said, $30,000. And he said, think smaller. I said, are you serious about this? And he said, oh, I'm definitely serious. He said, this is the biggest boost in circulation we ever had. I said, can I have a computer? And he said, well, how much is a computer? And I said, whoever set it up there, $28.85. I said, Bill, a computer is about $3,000. And he said, well, go buy it and Bill mad. And he was very sweet. And he said, and don't buy a piece of crap. He said, if you have to spend up to $5,000, do it. Just buy something you really want. And I bought a computer. You know how much Word, Word? So the computer was like $2,900. The monitor was like $500. Word. Anybody want a quick guess for Word? The program Word. This is, I think it's 1988. Very good. Oh, you guys are good. Okay. Word was $599. It was Microsoft Word. And it was so stupid. I mean, I really wanted a little word processing thing. The original Word, I don't know if it was the original. You hit save, and it goes, save, so who can see it? Do you want to save it for all of the company? Do you want to save it so just these people? It was, I hated it. Hated it. I doubt if it had. 64 megabytes of RAM, probably. It was a NEC. It was an NEC. Huge. I think it had a 20 megabyte hard drive, and a disk drive. And, like suitcase size. But I mean, for about 2 years, I was pretty special in that office. All right. So now we will go to, if a lot of people didn't see it, we will show that one day on GizFiz. Someone put the Mad on 60 Minutes on YouTube. All right. So true and false from Joy. Oh, yearn to learn last week. If anybody else has suggestions for Yearn to Learn, that was a very important. What would you say, Alex? That was one of our most important Yearn to Learn theaters last week?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember what the theme was? Because I don't.
It was, what the hell was it?
It was
like
how not to be self-conscious.
Self-conscious, that was it, yeah.
Yeah, that was.
It was with the spotlight.
It was. The whole week long, I interacted with people, total strangers. They thought I was crazy. But so Yearn to Learn theater. Fear the spotlight. Wow, Dave actually paid attention. 100%. Give Dave 100%. Oh, Dave sent it in. That's why. So if you find a Yearn to Learn theater, what we're looking for basically is one of those old black and white movies that they showed in schools. We would love if you could send Alex the link to it. Something 6 or 8 minutes. 1993 Packard Bell had Larry. Did we do one called Don't Go Out with June? But that sounds exactly like a Coronet film. Don't Go Out with June. All right, true and false from George Davis. If you cry in space, your tears will just stick to your face. Okay. Oh, yeah, we should have an Army VD training film one day. If you cry in space, your tears will just stick to your face.
Okay.
True.
But how are you supposed to cry in space?
How are you supposed to cry in space?
How do you even get to the point where the tears can come out like that?
Wait, what?
We'll be watching a sad movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You could be listening to Giz Fiz and saying, this is so bad, I'm going to bawl. Let's see. We have Oh, Bill says, just shake your head and they'll fly off. True, true, false. No one can hear you scream. False, they will drip on your control panel. False, you can't cry. Is that sort of what you're saying, Alex?
Kinda.
Kinda. No, they will become ice cubes. There's no crying in space. True, they ball up. In space, no one can hear you cry. Oh, that's funny. Dr. Morbius and Logan 5 typed the same thing at the same time. If a tear falls in space, does it make a noise? All right, Al, is Kara there?
Yep.
Okay, so in space, your tears will just stick to your face. Alex, true or false?
False.
False.
You'll be
and
dead.
Kara?
False.
False. And the answer is true. George Davis says the answer is true. No explanation, but true. Why you can't go. Now, Eric Duckman is throwing a monkey wrench in the works by posting an article from The Atlantic, why you can't cry in space. All right. If you cut an earthworm in half, both sides will regrow their bodies. True or false? Now, I have an answer to this because when I was a kid, everybody said the same answer. So, true or false? If you cut an earthworm in half, both sides will regrow their bodies. Beef Team said, what species? We can't just talk in generalities here. What species? Chumley says, no, you'll have two pieces of a dead worm. True, 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 true. True. And if you do it enough, you'll be swimming in worms. Strength says, and you'll grow up to become a serial killer. False, false. It's a very, very true fact. Creamy corn. Jamma B, space worm Jim. Rufus says false, but you can catch two fish. That's a funny idea. All right, Alex, if you cut a worm in half, both sides will regrow their bodies. True or false?
False.
False. Kara?
Oh, I'm not listening. What did he say?
What?
She wasn't
I'm
listening.
not listening.
She wasn't listening.
On the computer.
And off camera, she says, "Guess this is the most important thing that happens to me all week." She hangs on
This
my
is
every
favorite.
word.
It's my favorite.
Oh,
show.
it's her favorite, but
Yes.
she.
I'll just
has-
say I'm gonna say true. I don't know what the question was. I'll say true. How about
Okay,
that?
there's a okay. All right, if you cut an earthworm in half, both sides will regrow their bodies. When I was a kid, I was always told that was absolutely true, so I'll say true. The answer is, and we have an explanation. The answer is false. But one side will regenerate itself. Okay, so I guess the head side will grow a new tail. Okay. 3 of 5 from George Davis. Humans have the ability to distinguish over 1 trillion different smells. Humans have the ability to distinguish over 1 trillion different smells. Wow. A lot of, not one true yet. Stuart says, well, the garbage truck on Thursday is a good one. False, 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 false. It's 3 trillion. True, and most of them are bad. A million, maybe. True, especially on the subway. True, if you have a nose as big as mine. I can only smell burnt toast. Gemma B, not with my nose. Humans aren't that good. False, or we would be hound dogs. False. We have nowhere near enough scent receptors in our nose. Whoa. Rum and Coke. We don't have enough scent receptors in our nose. Well, I don't know if you're speaking for all of us. Becky, not if you live with my husband. Jammer B can differentiate 4 smells. Burntech says I think this just applies to dogs. And Lawn Dog counters with humans are part dog. You see, this is a very astute chat room. I mean, they would be more astute if they didn't partake in Giz Fiz. But, all right, so we'll go back to the question. Humans have the ability to distinguish over 1 trillion different smells. I'm going to say impossible. I'm going to say false. Alex?
False.
And Kara?
False.
And you're saying false only because the last time you answered true, or did you hear the question?
I heard the question.
You heard the question. Okay. All right, let's look at the answer. Humans have the ability to distinguish over 1 trillion different smells. The answer is true, but it's still not as good as man's best friend, the dog. I don't think that. I don't know. Pretty hard to prove. Okay, 4 of 5. It cost the United States Mint more money to make pennies and nickels than the coins are worth. True or false? It cost the United States Mint more money to make pennies and nickels than the coins are worth. True. Eric Duckman is quantifying this. It's true for pennies, but nickels probably break even. Radio Rod, absolutely true. Well, and Doug, we would be more astute if we went to school. Oh, Bad Pun says yes, because it's the government. That's what I was going to say. It's taxpayer money. What do they care what it costs? Only if they are wooden. True. And they pay to make them in nickels and pennies. Jammer B said, that's true, but dimes are a bargain. Okay, Alex, let me find the question again. Alex, it costs the U.S. Mint more money to make pennies and nickels than the coins are worth.
True.
True or false? True, okay. And Kara?
True.
True.
Why?
Because Alex convinced me. We were talking about it, and I was like, fine, I believe you. So true.
Wow. Oh, so you guys actually confer.
Sometimes.
Backstage.
Only if
right.
I don't understand things.
Okay. I had heard a long time ago that pennies cost more than a penny. I wasn't sure about a nickel. So let's look at George Davis's answer here. Cost the United States Mint more money to make pennies and nickels than the coins are worth. The answer is true. In 2013, making pennies and nickels was a loss to the taxpayers of $113 million. So that makes perfect sense. Did anybody see The Big Short? The movie The Big Short? I think it's up for. I kind of skimmed through it. As a SAG member, you get a copy. But it is amazing how taxpayers get screwed on what bizarre things banks do. And then the government says, well, that was terrible. You lost $80 billion. But here's taxpayer money. Nickels are made out of recycled Yugos. Yeah, but there you go. Another fact you won't find anywhere else, thank God. Nickels are made out of recycled Yugos. Gemma B says you can pay for them with the change you find in the couch. And the final question from George Davis. The warmer your bedroom is at night, the higher your chance of having nightmares. The warmer your bedroom is at night, the higher the chance of having nightmares. Oh, Jen Klopp says Canada has no more pennies. You know, that's probably not a bad thing. Although, poor Amazon, where everything is $49.99 and $39.99. The U.S. quarter current value, a silver U.S. quarter is currently worth $2.52. Okay, the warmer your bedroom is at night, the higher your chance of having nightmares. Beef Team says sleep in the icebox. Radio Rod is complimenting George Davis, which is true. These are very interesting questions, George. So Jamma B wants to know, Canada got rid of pennies, but does Canada still have nightmares? Interesting. That is interesting. I just wonder. I have nightmares when my cat sits on my face. The loonie is 68 cents on the dollar. Brian W. has nightmares crying over pennies and nickels. Your chance of deep sleep. Oh, okay. Scallywag sounds like he knows what he's talking about. Your chance of deep sleep occurs in a colder room. Rum and Coke says it's true because due to the bacteria count from the trillion smells we can detect, the warmer room means you'll have nightmares. All right, so Alex, the warmer your bedroom at night, the higher your chance of nightmares.
False.
False. Okay, and Kara?
Say false.
Okay. You want to confer with Alex, or is that your final answer?
No, that's my final answer.
Your final answer. Okay, and the answer is the warmer your bedroom at night, the higher the chance of having nightmares. False. The ideal sleeping temperature is 68 to 70 degrees. And never wake the sleeping temperature because it will be very annoyed. Hope you guys had fun. I sure did. Signed, George Davis. George, these were exceptional this week. We learned a lot. Celsius? No, we do everything in the Fahrenheit here. We're a Fahrenheit chat room. At this end of the camera, anyway. Well, 2 out of 5 tonight, Burn Tech. Burn Tech takes this very seriously. All right, we'll do a little match game. But before we do, did you get that video, Alex?
I did.
Okay, so last week, or the week before, we were talking about match game, and that originally, before syndication started, every New Year's Eve, if Match Game was doing a show on New Year's Eve, they would have a thing where, well, we'll show you what they did. They would change the year on the set, and it looked something like this.
Are out there, and here we are here.
Here I am here.
And there you are there.
There you are
And here's this big thing here.
Oh, a mistake.
And I guess it's a little outmoded.
Yeah.
So we've got to get rid of it, don't we? So let's fly it out and say goodbye.
That was it. Thank you. I think Eric Duckman sent that in. That was great. And then for a few years, it became simpler. The sign came down, and where it said 73, it slipped into the E of Match Game, and Instead of making a whole new sign, they just they would slip out like 75 and slip in 76. But they did make a big deal out of it. And then Goodson said, Dick, we're not going to do that anymore because there's something coming along called syndication where we can resell and you won't get any money. He didn't add that part. I didn't find that part out until it went into syndication. We can resell these shows, and consequently, we don't want any year on them. So that's how that happened. All right, so let's do a few. Match game. One dog said to another, I understand Lassie had a gold blank. One dog said to another dog, one dog said to another, that's right. I understand Lassie had a gold blank. Kid stuck in a well? No. Oh, that's very good. A gold pooper scooper. That's very funny. Wow, we were behind the time then. Larry says Star Trek was syndicating by 1972. Okay, one dog said to the other, I understand Lassie has a gold Alex. Oh, gold, okay. What a dish. And Kara, a gold collar, I said had a gold bone. Gold paw, gold dressing room, gold tooth, a gold wiener. Collar, okay. No match there. That was a great thing about Match Game. The timing was impeccable. All right. John got a ticket in the park for selling blank. I'll do it different. John got a ticket for selling blank in the park. John got a ticket for selling blank in the park. Match Game 74 tickets. Software, okay. Pigeons. Wieners. Park bench. State secrets. You guys are really... Oh, barefoot in the park. Oh, my God. Is that bad pun? No, it should be. A trillion smells. Pirated twit merchandise. Oh. Himself, Mad Magazine, firewood, Casper mattresses. Finally, a gazelle himself. Oh, my word. All right, Alex. John got a ticket for selling blank in the park. Police badges, okay. Stolen TVs. Okay, no one matched me. John got a ticket for selling Mary in the park. All right, no match. Housing plots. Bitcoin. You guys are funny. Kool-Aid. The Match Game 73 sign. All right. Da-dum-bum-bum. Oh, this is good. Tiny Tim said, one advantage of being so tiny is I can use a mushroom as a blank. Tiny Tim said, one advantage of being tiny is I can use a mushroom as a blank. Pat's good. No, that's good. Okay. We have some matches with me here. A meal for a month. Oh, that's very good. That's very good. I can use a mushroom as a good excuse. I'm not quite sure I get that. Okay. Tiny Tim said, one advantage of being so tiny is I can use a mushroom as a, Alex? As a hat, okay. As an umbrella, matches me, Kara. I can use a mushroom as an umbrella. All right, we'll do one more. And, okay. The Internal Revenue agent said some people really object to paying their income taxes. This guy just sent in a bag of blank. The Internal Revenue agent said some people really object to paying their taxes. Logan 5 says, some people? This guy just sent in a bag of blank. Nickels, dimes, and pennies. Just sent in a pennies worth less than 1 cent. Horse feathers. Oh my God. Oh my God. Canadian dollars. 50 pounds of dried bologna. Oh, a bag of air. That's funny. Okay, Alex, the Internal Revenue agent said some people object to paying their income taxes. This guy just sent in a bag of, pennies. Oh my gosh. I said, Monopoly money. That's good. My answer was he sent in a bag of garbage. Chopped up revenues. Nothing. Empty bottles, Mad Magazines. That'll teach him. Okay. Do we have a, 8:30? Do we have a Yearn to Learn theater, perhaps?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'll do a logo.
I have two actually ready to go. One of them, they're both somewhat related. One I may have shown before once, but we can watch it again maybe. Okay. But I'm not sure if this one's just similar to one that we've shown before, or if it's
say the two titles in the chat room. We'll vote. So chat room, do you want to have Yearn to Learn theater? Do you want it to be?
Well, they're both New York subway related.
Oh, no.
So one is from 1949, one is from 1981.
Oh, so chat room, pick a year. Subway courtesy in 49. 49, Alex, way ahead. Oh my gosh.
But unless we actually watched this one before, which I don't remember if it was this exact one or one similar.
Okay.
But we can start it and see.
We can start it. Subway lessons. Logan, yes. All right. There'll be a couple logo after this. Okay.
Shall we go?
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Yearn to Learn theater. And little background on this. We shot this when Alex came to the meetup last October. He said, let's do something about the New York subway system.
Boy, that was some hook shot.
I'm telling you, she looked a mess.
Where's our announcer to help us?
That's that fishing special. We'll be in Montauk around 8 in the morning.
First off the Penn Station. Maria! OLCB's turban with a veil to match. It's gorgeous.
Downtown? These are the... I got a swirl out in Sunnyside.
How do you get there?
Large drink, 5 cents.
It took
Wow.
me a half hour to file a plan.
Say, Harriet, you ought to see him. He's a real dog.
You know, he's acting well today. Fitting the shirt goes on.
You stop at Radio City? Where I can get the shelter?
How do I get to New York Hospital? And I said to him, look, mister,
Practice.
that's my foot. And he says, all right, you can have it.
How do I get the
Here. Hey, that nickel. Those nickels are 10 cents.
Downtown train.
Bowling Green,
Marshall, Woodlawn Express from Grand Central, 10 miles, 33 minutes.
Wall Street,
Columbus Cycle, Hans Point.
Any Express to 125th, then Pelham Express, 7.5 miles, 18.5 minutes.
Oh,
59th
thanks.
to 125th,
But I don't want to go there.
miles, 7 minutes. Arthur Willett, conductor. Door indicator lights out. Cab indicator light on. That's it, Gillespie. You're out on schedule at 5:21 in multiple.
I'm going to fake them out and take them to the Bronx.
Joe Conti up ahead inspecting his section.
And there's a train coming. Oh, maybe I'll get out of the way here. All right.
No delay. North Motor, number 341, due at Washington Heights at 5:43 and a half.
Yeah, I just...
O'Grady not so lucky. A crossover ahead. Signal set against him.
Oh, no, no. I promised these
Movement
people that I
complete.
would be there at about
Clear
5:43 and a
signal.
half.
Down, track clear. 25 seconds delay. Make it up
Oh.
before Bowling Green. O'Grady's
Can I
been in
have
the
a
service
note
20
from my
years.
boss that
Can
you're
break a
25
10-car
seconds
train
late?
in mid-station and stop just as you please. The 442 out of Utica Avenue headed out on the structure. She's got 1,600 people aboard, about
And he
normal for this
just
run.
escaped from prison.
At Woodlawn, Ed Gardner flicks the starting light to get the 525 out on schedule.
How come every train is
Then his
5:20?
job is to keep a
That's
record
the
of the
only
car
time he's
number.
mentioned the entire film. Everything is
In the
5:25.
tower, Lukash has given her the clear signal.
Yeah. It's
And
not
seeing
clear,
an
but I'm going to give him a
coming
clear
in on the
signal
model
anyway.
board, he
I
sets
have to have
the
a
new
little
car
fun.
Into the east pocket.
All right, you go
In the meantime,
there.
Pat Lachlan pulls the 525 into Burnside faster than a scared cat on a fence.
Wow.
He's headed for the peak hour down in the hole.
Yeah.
His conductor, Walter, runs into a character headed one way or another. Take it easy, Walter.
Yeah.
It's all in a day's work.
That's Myra going to the meetup.
Okay,
Meanwhile,
Pat, take her
Thomas
away.
the Tank Engine
Only
is
of
coming
course
in
up
at
the cab, he didn't know.
5:25,
He
just
wondered
on
why
time.
Your indicator light was slow in coming on. Ahead of you, before you finish this run to Utica Avenue, there are 27 stations, 63 minutes of track, and safety trippers that'll stop you short if you make a mistake.
Yep. We took them out. That was not any fun.
526 over at Smith Street, there's a delegation. The Nose Against the Glass Committee reports, swimming fine. Tracks clear, Empire State rising. 5.5 million passengers a day take a lot of trains. Over 13,000, and they've got to be in shape.
How do you get
Jump
into
over
this
loose,
train?
Tap it in.
Oh, yeah, need a little grease there.
Safety
That's
gate?
why this train was making
Okay.
so much noise.
Oscar
That's-
Ruloff has a job
Oh,
to do
he's
even
gonna
before
drive
he
it.
starts.
All right, let me see. Where are the controls?
Brake valve handle. Reverse key.
Broken. Broken.
Electric brake key.
Broken.
10-pound reduction.
Broken. Yep, she's ready to go.
Release brakes. Emergency
Oh, there are no
application.
brakes.
Okay, release.
What, forward? Oh, no.
Okay.
No, release the other lever. What should I forgot?
Signal clear, you're on your way to pick up the
Whoa.
track. You're on your way over
525. I'm on my way.
221 route miles of track. Down into the hole.
Yeah, I'm not going to pick anybody up.
2 points.
I'll be real fast.
There's the light. Arthur's doing his best, but are the passengers? Accidents can happen this way. And single
all right,
track
I'm
mines
leaving. Okay,
jam
leave
up
the
the
door
finest
open. I don't
four-track
care.
system.
I'm going.
Each series of lights means a stalled train, waiting. Trains ready to move, can't move. Schedules are delayed, people are delayed. Nothing can move until Arthur up front there gets his doors closed.
Wow.
It makes a sad sack out of the tower man.
No.
And the dispatcher has to make out a report. Cause of delay, passengers holding doors.
Dirty, rotten New York people.
24-hour unusual occurrence report. Chief engineer, maintenance of way. Signals and lighting. Track and structure. Cars
Train
and
fell off track.
Ventilation and
train hit another train. Train hit a
Reports
bus.
to City Hall. For
Train hit a
coordination,
cab.
Review, planning.
Train hit a
The
cop
chairman's report
car.
on service improvements, station improvements, increased car service, new equipment. Increasing
Let's we need a vending machine at this
contemplated
station.
improvements, new projects. Second Avenue.
Yeah, another bench
Miles
there.
of new housing need miles
Second Avenue
of
subway,
new track.
1949.
70 track miles at $5 million
The Second
a mile.
Avenue subway is still not finished. That is so
Existing
funny.
improvements. Preview of tomorrow in operation today.
Yeah, there it
Avenue.
is. Let's not let anybody off here. It's too new.
New trains, bright, airy, fast.
Man spreading, not
New
yet a
subway
problem.
Engineering. Frank Silva routes trains with the tip of his finger.
Yup.
A flick of his
They're all
wrist
in the
and
wrong
lights tell him
direction,
what
but it
tracks are
just
clear.
takes a tip of his finger.
All automatic, fast, safe, and foolproof. A
Well,
brand
then
new
why is
type
he
of train
flipping those
control.
switches if it's automatic? Yeah, okay. And there goes the 525. He's got to hurry because it's already 7:19.
529, Lexington and 42nd. Bob Miller in the cab of a local pulling in along with the express.
Where I change for Express.
Right across the platform.
Union Turnpike,
Bowling Green,
White Plains, Southbury,
Van Cortlandt Park,
Gun Hill Road,
Astor Place, Eastern Parkway, Brooklyn Bridge.
529 stations,
Where do I get off?
738 track miles. A big transit system. Efficient operation and careful planning make it a safe system. Through greater passenger cooperation, millions of riders will get there faster by rapid transit.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Actually, the subway system is pretty amazing. It's now, they now carry 8 million people a day. And in general, it's pretty decent. And what they do now is they do what the airplanes do. Do you notice now when you fly, you don't get in a holding pattern anymore? Remember, if you flew years ago, we're in New York, but we will be in a holding pattern for 5 hours. So now, before you take off from wherever you are, they slot you in at the airport where you're going to land, so that they do have a landing slot for you. Oh, you know what? Okay, there we are. And I believe it's the same with the subways now. If they hold the train at a station, if there's another train in the tunnel before the next station, so that they don't have a lot of trains just stopped in the tunnel, which, by the way, I was not claustrophobic when I was a kid, but I am now. And train stopping in the tunnel makes me very uncomfortable. Yeah, the holding patterns are on the ground. That is exactly right. And you save a ton of gas. I love the subway. Wow. Kyle Ruggles says the Montreal Metro, each station was designed by a different architect. And there is a slight problem. Each station uses a different gauge track. So that is a problem. That's a slowdown. You want to adjust the wheels on that train? We're coming into the station Murray designed. He likes the 4-foot. Watch the Warriors. I used to throw plastic soldiers with parachutes from the second floor. The GizFiz, your storage for all your gadgets looks like a 1910 prison cell. This is perfect about the penny talk, what money is. Oh, you want to go there, Alex? Can you see Mom's Worth?
Yeah, 1 second.
Okay, we'll see what that is. Oh, that's great, Beef Team. Montreal has rubber wheels, but how about the subways? Oh, probably he means the subways. Okay. Not a microprocessor in sight. Do they still have soldiers at Subway? You know, they have a lot of soldiers with automatic weapons at major stations like Grand Central Station and Pennsylvania Station, or they did the 2 times I was there. Tech Junk, you were supposed to learn how efficient the subway system is and how every train must be somewhere at 5:42. I think that's what we took away from this. LIR into Grand San. Oh, that's interesting. I know they were working on that, but that was very funny. I think Alex saw that in one of those plans in that movie. The 1949 plans included the Second Avenue subway, which is still years away. As a matter of fact, I think they may have run out of money again. For a while, they were working on it night and day, really uprooting people's lives, because what they did was just uncovered Second Avenue, made it a canyon, and with a sidewalk on either side, but the middle of the street was gone, and a lot of stores went out of business because there would be explosions all day long and all night long because the work goes on 24 hours a day. Now, I doubt if they're going to make a subway for each avenue. Oh, okay. Toxic Squirrel. The Second Avenue subway will be opened by the end of this year, but only the first 3 stations. Also, for New Yorkers, finally, and I may have mentioned this last week about the boat show, there is finally a subway train that goes to the Javits Center. The Javits Center is on the Hudson River, and getting to it was really difficult. And the Javits Center has 0 parking, no parking. So now you can take a subway from 42nd, 1 stop, and stop within a half a block of the Javits Center. Staten Island Ferry Terminal, the platform comes out. Yes, some stations have that. There are some stations in the city where the track is really curved, and so the trains can't come against the platform at every car, and they have slide out platforms. So when the train comes in, the platform slides out, and then of course it has to retract because when the train leaves, the train makes a wide sweep. So they come out and you step on them and get off, and then they go back in. Light rail link is on track to open 2 stations March 15th. All right, we'll do 2 logos, and then we'll wrap this puppy up. Da-dun, da-dun. Did we do this, chat room? Oh, Ted Cruz. God. And his apology, I love his apology is nope. Okay, good. Yes, no, probably. All right, we'll play it anyway. All right, what is this, folks? What product? Da-dun, da-dun. Oh, yeah, Dennis, you want to get Charlie ready for his appearance? We did that one? All right, we did that one. Hang on, we're starting over. Okay, the brand that is Chef in a Can. What brand is Chef in a Can? Oh, wow. Okay, you guys know real Italian food. It is indeed Chef Board RD. Oh, it's funny. We have something new in New York City called NYCID. And it's for people like Dennis who don't drive and don't have an official ID other than their passport. So the city came out with NYCID, not Aunt Jemima. And to get people to jump on board, they are offering 1 year free membership in like 40 museums. Someone online who was writing about it said that New York City ID is worth several $1,000s in saved money for membership in museums alone. And it's it's your library card, it's official ID for anything in the city. And it also entitles you to New York City's drug discount program. So Dennis, I got one too. I figured if he's going to get into a museum for free, I will too. And you have to show up with your passport, and they've issued about 1 million of them so far. So Dennis goes into CVS. He has to get some prescription, and they go, "What the heck is that?" He said, "The new city ID. Look on the back. It says all major drugstores." Person in CVS, call CVS headquarters. We don't know anything about that. So who knows? City ID gets 25% off adoption fees. Holy cow. Speaking of adoption, Charlie has his new toy. Okay. Full camera, please. Oh, so Charlie. Hey, say what are your fans, Charlie? Charlie. Okay, look at the camera, Charlie. Oh boy, look at Charlie. Wow. And Charlie just got lamb chop as a Christmas gift. Some friends came over last Sunday. And Charlie, whatever his latest thing is, he goes everywhere with. So whenever he comes down, he brings lamb chop with him. And he sleeps. Sometimes he sleeps on lamb chop. Charlie's really sweet. He's so sweet. Okay, so 5 minutes left. We'll finish this card.
Well, now
yes.
Dick, I know that you skipped the first card, but just to not upset our sponsors, you better roll an ad.
Oh, yes.
You need a tissue, Gus. What's that?
New puffs.
just busting out with so much softness, this bigger-than-ever package can hardly hold them. Because they're busting out with softness, Puffs absorb oh so quick and easy. Give them the kiss test. Look, Puffs.
Puffs do absorb. Oh, so quick and easy.
Because Puffs are busting out with softness. Just out.
Yeah, last week we had what, 3 Prudential commercials, right?
And
the power of Giz Fiz is amazing because we showed 3 Prudential commercials on Saturday's Giz Fiz, and on Monday, who calls Prudential? Would you like to buy some insurance? That just shows you the power of the Giz Fiz. All right, so we'll do the other. We'll finish that this card. All right, what product comes in non-stick? I think we did this already. Oh, okay. What animal symbolizes Sirius satellite radio? Final question of the day. What animal symbolizes Sirius satellite radio? Jamma B, gazelle. Fido. Charlie the dog. The dog. Gazelle in space. You two. A penguin? No. Someone had it right on. Yes, of course. Bill. Sirius, the dog star, of course. Okay. All right. Any questions? We have 3 minutes. We're going to be out of here by 9. Half a gazelle, the howling gazelle. Puffs will rub out subway graffiti. Ozzy the dog. So don't forget, if you have suggestions for Yearn to Learn theater, save it for next week. Triumph the Insult comic. Slow-mo says, actually, it's a coyote. I don't think so. An antenna. Oh, isn't that cute? Antenna. Chewbacca. So, chat room. Slow-mo, I'm hurt. Slow-mo for what? Next trade show, there are none. I went to the, the next trade show is the pet show in Orlando. I don't know if I'm going to go. It's expensive to go to trade shows. And I do them on my own dime, so I'm not sure. Definitely the hardware show. The hardware show is great because it's actually like 5 different shows in one. It's the Home and Garden Show, which is the lower part of the convention center. Also, it's the only trade show that Dennis goes to also because there's a lot of fun stuff there. You know, every organizational tool, every power tool. It's huge, but it's great fun. And it's more diversified, actually, than CES, which is all electronics. This is everything. And also, Inventors Row is the best. It's sort of like people who couldn't get on Shark Tank. I mean, sometimes you feel a little sorry for them because their invention is real. It really solves a need for them in their industry, but it's not going to make it in the marketplace where you have to get someone like Home Depot. You really have to have an amazing product that they think is going to sell a ton of stuff before they'll accept it. This man had this. It was a way to wrap bundles quickly, and you wore it on your belt, and it like shot out a rope, and it went around these boxes. And he said, but then if If you want to use webbing, you switch to this. And I'm thinking, my God, this guy put his heart and soul into this, but who needs this outside of a truck driver who's picking up loads of boxes? Oh, you know what? Yes, I did. Next week, I think I showed it. Did I show me on camera with Lauren Bacall?
That's a while ago, yeah.
A while
I think
ago.
I think it was when she right after she died, and you were talking about.
Okay. Yes, and there was a couple of times. I think that started it. The Lauren Bacall thing started it with me being on camera and hamming it up, and then Rayburn said one day we had a group of people, and the show was deadly. It was just going nowhere. This is before we started the silly questions. And during the commercial, Rayburn said, walk out here and do anything you want. Just do something. And then he was reading the next question. And then I just walked out on camera and said, do you see a golf ball here? I'm a very bad golfer. I'm playing at the range, 3 buildings down, but I think I knocked it into the studio. And Rayburn said, do that anytime you want. And then Goodson said, this is a serious show. I don't want you guys playing on camera. So that's when we started the crazy match game. And then as you saw, it really turned into a party. It was great seeing that clip of changing the years where everybody was just throwing confetti and getting out of their chairs. And that was a great thing about Match Game is it really was a party. And that's what, when Charles Nelson Riley was talking about Match Game, someone said, is it fun? Charles Nelson Riley said, is it fun? Imagine you go to a party, you say anything you want, you have a lot of laughs, you get free lunch, and then when you go home, they pay you and they give you a check. He said, where could you ever get a job like that? Yeah, I know. Yeah, Goodson at the beginning thought, the beginning of the first year Match Game was just name a coin, name a president who appears on money, name something you make with an egg. Name a vegetable that grows. Name an animal. That was the first year of Match Game. Okay. Yes. Here we. Another sponsor message.
Cold, like the red nose. That's no way to treat a sore nose. Posh puffs, stunning. And puffs feel softer, less irritating. Tissues are tissues. Close your eyes. Hands out. Oh, come on. Rub each one on your nose. This one's softer.
What is sandpaper?
Soft and beautiful.
Puffs, the softest way to treat a sore nose.
Wow. 2 ads, almost rivaling our Prudential sponsorship. Okay. Tissues are tissues, says Dale Paco. Posh. All right. So chat room, we're going to end this. Alex, thank you very much. And we will be on next week at the same. You're here next week, right, Alex?
That is correct.
That is correct. So this has been GizFiz PM. All right. GizFiz PM is a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman, Dick DeBartolo, Dennis Wonderland, Myra Joyce, Alex Gumpel, Kara Cole, Curtis B., Red Penguin, Jammer B., Osnet, Beatmaster, Regatta, Becky, Dr. Mom, Wise Guy Spike, Bill, Loquacious Production. Everybody who watches gets new turtle tissues. They feel like a turtle, but they wipe up like a tissue. See you all next week. Bye.
You're tuned to Premier Channel 7. Leo Laporte, the tech guy, will begin at 6 minutes past the hour from Premier Networks.